Coming up next, a UFC flyweight division matchup. Well, this guy has truly made the takedown a thing of beauty in mixed martial arts. With respect to yourself and George St. Pierre and the truly great takedown artists, this guy's closing the gap and entering that company in the eyes of many.
Oh, absolutely, because he's done such a great job of timing takedowns. I haven't seen anyone so good at slipping a jab into a takedown since George St. Pierre.
Right.
He does a phenomenal job of getting from step one to step two before his opponent even realizes now he's in on my leg. And if they do get their hips back, immediately he's up into a foot sweep or a headlock or an inside trip. It's just so many different ways for him to get you to the floor that he will throw every single one at you every single time.
And a lot of fighters talk about that wrestling maintenance and how hard it is, right, over the course of a career to continue to drill those things. He talks a lot about that, and that's why he's continued to realize success here in the UFC. Well, this dude is a submission magician. I am very thankful I am not fighting him here tonight, and it's really a case of pick your poison. He has so many different chokes in his arsenal and has been a master of getting these fights exactly where he wants them.
There are black belts and there are guys like this who can do jiu-jitsu at a level that not many people, regardless of the time spent, can truly get to. His understanding of position is truly unbelievable. He always has the frame. The moment you start to press into him, he's always underhooking, always looking for the next escape route, but not to get back to his feet.
Right.
He wants to go from bottom to top. If he's in the top position, you are constantly in danger. Don't think he can't submit you from the bottom.
Right.
But his position of choice will always be in the top position, sitting in that beautiful half guard.
Yeah, his striking also has improved a lot, but no secret as to what he'll be trying to do in this matchup tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 13 wins, no losses, and 1 draw. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of the Republic of Dagestan, Russia, Askar Bullet Askarov. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a jiu-jitsu fighter holding a professional record of 19 wins, 6 losses, and 2 draws. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Brandon, the Assassin Baby Moreno! And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Yves Lavigne.
The veteran Yves Lavigne draws the assignment here.
You ready?
All right, so here we go with round 1, and on one side, clearly the more well-rounded fighter, yet when we sat down with him on Thursday, first words out of his mouth, he ain't gonna submit me, I'm gonna try to take him down.
Oh my goodness, and you laugh just like that because you know how much of a joke this is. You want to avoid the grappling with this guy at all costs. I know he has bravado. I know he has a big ego, but it would benefit him to fight this fight and make it as easy as possible. That one snuck in. Nice strike.
Both guys throwing potential fight enders here in the early going. Nice job moving off the center line. He slips to avoid that right hand.
Left hand punch in the clinch.
And they separate.
Ooh-wee, what a right hand by this young man.
And just misses with that big right hand.
He changes the angle, finds the right spot to land that punch to the head from the clinch.
Ooh. Now goes in and secures the takedown. All right, so he postures up here and now figures to rain down some ground strikes.
Yeah, the ground and pound will be aplenty from this position.
Just missing on the uppercut there. All right, single collar tie now. And now he's got that tie clinch. We'll see what he can do with it. Unable to land with that punch. Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense?
Left hand punch to the clinch.
Takedown defense holds up. All right, some really grueling work here in the clinch. Both fighters really struggling to gain a dominant position.
That happens whenever you understand the position. Both know exactly what they need to do, and when both fighters are trying to do the same thing, it's very, very difficult to get the desired result. Look at him whip his hip into that kick. Big, powerful punch land. Now we get back to range.
30 seconds to go. All right, 20 seconds to go in the round.
You gotta move those feet.
Shot a double leg.
Oh, slams him down with conviction. Man, 5 minutes in the books.
Take a seat, breathe and relax. I need you to suck it up this round, okay? You're missing those takedowns because you're not setting them up. You're going to get countered if you do.
All right, let's check out some of the action, DC. What a display of just sheer punching in that last round.
I mean, he looks like a boxer. He looks like a professional boxer out there, throwing and stringing those combinations together. He landed those big punches over and over again, and it was this one right here that really did change the tide of the round.
All right, here we go with our next round. His opponent is going to need some Motrin later tonight. How about all those strikes to the head he absorbed in the previous round?
He is not moving his head. He's trying to walk forward. He's a pressure fighter, sure, but he's trying to walk forward with no head movement, and he is paying the price for it by getting hit over and over in the face. Nice punch lands over the top.
All right, so he's landed some good shots tonight, but this is not a combo meal, right? No three-piece, no soda. It's one and done more often than not.
John, don't you come to me without a combo. I want the whole platter. Give him the whole platter, young man. Put some punches together. Make this guy take the whole thing. Give him more than what a wrestler. That was an amazing takedown. Oh, he might have got him with a choke. Oh, man, notice how he's walking him over to try to get a windshield choke. Oh, nice.
Excuse me? Windshield choke.
A windshield choke. He took the arm with him. You usually see this in grappling competitions with the gi, John.
A lot of downward pressure here, DC. Absolutely, he finishes his opponent by way of submission. All right, let's take a look back at the replay as he gets it done by submission tonight, champ.
I mean, you know, this guy has such a great submission game that you cannot lay in his guard. He's so skilled, he's so tricky, and he's so good at weaving a web that gets you lost in it, that he made him pay for it tonight and got the submission victory.
So there he is, your winner by submission, and that's exactly how you put the rest of this division on notice. Looks like this guy could be a factor moving forward in this division.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Levine has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 31 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by tap out.
Well, what an incredible result here tonight as you see the winner there celebrating his victory by way of submission, and they put so much stock into finishing this fight. They felt like to really spin his career forward, They needed to not just win, but get the finish, and they certainly got it tonight.
They got the finish. He's such a terrific grappler. Every time he is...
All right, coming up next, it's a UFC Women's Strawweight Division matchup. Well, drillers make killers, and nobody works her takedowns harder than this young woman. She has become a force in this division, and even though the opposition oftentimes knows what's coming, no one's able to stop that shot.
Nobody's able to stop that takedown attempt. No one's able to stop that single leg. She said in the fighter meetings, I have drilled that takedown 5,000 times.
Amazing.
Over and over, I hit a single leg. Every day of the week, I hit at least 30 single legs. I'm like, well, is wrestling practice every day? She goes, no. I just want to make sure that I have a skill that is so dominant that no matter how much you practice it, you are not practicing it enough to stop me from taking you down with it. It is truly crazy to watch her approach to getting that single leg off.
And her ability to get her opponents off balance in a mixed martial arts setting, as special as anybody in the sport right now. We'll see how it goes for her here tonight. All right, so here she is, the UFC strawweight champion, and of course, China's first UFC champion, Zhang Weili. And she is so affable outside the octagon. She is anything but when that octagon door closes. Power in both hands. She's got the chin that allows her to manage risk and put herself in harm's way. She is a fighter's fighter, but also a fan-friendly fighter, and just a great ambassador for mixed martial arts in China. To keep it going, though, she's got to defend the title here tonight. Our tale of the tape for this strawweight fight. So 2 years, the gap in age, with some differences in height, but the same reach. Here once more is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC strawweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This woman is a wrestler, holding a professional record of 19 wins, 6 losses. She stands 5 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 115 pounds. Fighting out of Irvine, California, presenting the former UFC strawweight champion, Carla Cookie Monster Esparza! And now introducing your opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 21 wins, 3 losses. She stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 115 pounds. Zhang Magnum Weili! And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Murgliata.
Dan Murgliata.
You ready?
Well, there have been a lot of seminal UFC moments inside the world's most famous arena, and we are back at Madison Square Garden tonight, should be.
Who gets that shining moment in the world's greatest arena? I experienced it. I know how it feels to walk out of that octagon at MSG with a championship. Will you get that moment?
Oh!
Can't take victory now. She has to react. She has to go chase the finish.
Oh, she landed a jab there. Is her jab better than yours? Or no?
It's way better than mine. She's so fast and she throws it with ill intent.
Straight right hand, but she misses. Enters in on the double leg.
Nice straight punch.
Educated jab right there from Zhang Weili. This is a competitive division, but certainly looks like a fighter who could reign for some time.
I mean, China's first UFC champ. Oh, that was...
Hey, there it is, her first takedown of the fight. She told us in our fighter meeting Thursday, at some point looking for a guillotine.
Watch guillotine.
Oh, we're getting a finish here. Oh, what a beautiful counter by her there. She gained side mount. And her opponent may want to bail on the guillotine here. She might get a Von Flue. full guard now, DC, and I know when you're in this position, you're looking to pass the half guard pretty quick.
Oh, absolutely. Trying to get the half guard so I can start to get up ground and pound. This is exactly what she needs to do. Not only does it get you to a position to get off ground and pound, it also takes a lot of the danger away from your opponent off of their back. Half guard is not nearly as dangerous as full guard. So get the half, land some ground and pound, get posture, and then continue to dominate on the ground.
So Esparza's back in half guard. Pretty impressive ground and pound display here, champ.
She's doing a great job of finding the right time to take her ground and pound opportunities.
Oh, nice strike on the ground for her. Well, there are few things more fun to watch in mixed martial arts than these type of transitions and scrambles on the ground.
High-level grappling can really be entertaining.
Well, as usual, suffocating work from the top here by Esparza. 20 seconds now remain in the round. How good is her movement here on the ground, right? Shades of Ray Borg, just transitioning so beautifully.
Yeah, she's so good at transitions and movement. Her ability is unmatched.
All right, so there is the horn, so we will see another round. You thought maybe with that knockdown that could have been the end.
You thought it was over. People don't usually get up from those types of strikes. She took that big punch, continued to plod forward. But if she does not move her head, her night will be over very quickly.
Right there all day with that striking. She can't handle the striking. You just keep the pace, keep doing what you're doing.
All right, both fighters ready to go now with round two. Wei Li Zhang. And also ready to go, Carla Esparza.
Beautiful fight.
Just misses with a left hook there.
Way to hide that leg kick.
Solid leg kicks landed there by Zhang. Oh, stuffs the takedown without issue. That knee might have landed there. And they separate. Good series of strikes by her there. She is staying wicked busy tonight.
Very busy, fantastic takedown land.
While showing no signs of slowing.
Oh, nice guillotine there.
And this might just be a matter of time. And that will do it.
Wow! Wow! What a performance!
Yeah, no doubt about it. That is some opportunistic grappling right there, and nice finishing instincts as well. You see a lot of fighters get the dominant position, but aren't necessarily able to lock up the choke or force the tap. No problem with her as she gets one of the bigger wins of her UFC career. Well, she couldn't have drawn it up any better than that as she gets the win by submission tonight. Big win and an even bigger statement made to the rest of this division.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Miocic has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 29 seconds of round number 2. For the winner by submission,
She is. A lot of people felt like this fight was destined to go the distance. She had other ideas.
She said that if this fight went to the ground, it did not matter how good her opponent is. She was going to submit her. She did exactly that. She feels like she's levels above the rest of the game in the grappling.
It is a bantamweight matchup between Jose Aldo and TJ Dillashaw. Well, he was a 3-time NCAA qualifier as a Cal State Fullerton wrestler. He is a former two-time UFC bantamweight champion. He is Tyler Jeffrey Dillashaw, and he is ready to add to his legacy here tonight.
And for all those wrestling accomplishments, he doesn't even need to use it. He's become a great striker under Dwayne Ludwig, a guy that can beat you with kicks, a guy that can beat you with the boxing, and the footwork is something that we haven't seen in the UFC for a very long time. TJ Dillashaw is one of the greatest bantamweights of all time.
And he is truly in his element on fight night. Absolutely loves the bright lights and everything that fight night entails. Another big spot for Dillashaw here tonight. Well, there's only one king of Rio de Janeiro, and you are looking at him, Jose Aldo, making the walk here for yet another big high-profile UFC fight.
One, if not the greatest featherweight of all time, is Jose Aldo. Not often do I get starstruck, but to watch Aldo make the walk in Rio is truly a one-of-a-lifetime experience. I'm glad I got to do it. He is a star of the highest order. Aldo's title run was something to behold. It was so special.
Oh, yeah.
Every time you watched him, you knew that the fight could end at any moment, and you knew that you were watching one of the most skilled fighters across the board.
And the primary reason most believe he is the best featherweight of all time, 7 successful defenses, to your point, in that first reign as the UFC featherweight king.
And now our tale of the tape for this bantamweight fight. Dillashaw is 1 year his senior. Aldo is 1 inch taller. He will have a 3-inch reach advantage.
Now for the official introductions, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC bantamweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 18 wins, 4 losses. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. Fighting out of Denver, Colorado, presenting the former UFC featherweight champion, TJ Dillashaw. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a Muay Thai kickboxer holding a professional record of 31 wins, 7 losses. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 135 pounds. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, presenting the former UFC featherweight champion of the world, Jose Aldo Jr. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Eve Loving.
The veteran Yves Levine draws the assignment here.
Ready?
All right, so here we go with the start of round 1. I can tell how excited you are for this matchup. Seems to be a striking advantage on one side, but maybe
This is a big-time fight. It feels like a big moment for both of these guys' careers. Who is going to be able to implement their game plan the best in this matchup between these two big-time athletes?
All right, he engages in a single collar tie here, and they separate.
Great punch.
Trying to kick the leg out. High-level MMA defense there, able to avoid the punch. Nice job by Dillashaw. Right on the button. Continues to mix it up, going to the head, mixing in some body shots.
Oh! Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him.
Oh, he might be out. Two minutes have expired here in our opening round.
Oh, what a punch.
Dillashaw gets stung by that leg kick. Right hand on the counter.
Big kick lands.
Oh, that's a big hook to the chin.
Right hook attempt, that's a miss. Oh, strong hook to the head there by Dillashaw. So just over 20 total strikes have now landed for TJ Dillashaw. Strong defense there to block the shot. Nice instincts. Oh, nice connection by him there with the right hand.
The right hand is the dominant hand, and you can see how well he throws it. Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back in the range.
All right, 45 seconds now to go on the point. Huge strike lands there, DC.
He landed that massive shot. Now he needs to try to find the next shot, the follow-up shot that will finish the fight.
20 seconds now remain in the round. Now goes in and secures the takedown. Fighter trying to pass here, but gets denied.
Gets denied. Great job, great recognition of seeing what your opponent was trying to do.
So the crowd voicing its appreciation after that round. We had a knockdown courtesy of a punch midway through. DC, here's your highlight.
It was straight. He threw him in combination and landed that big punch that really did hurt his opponent. Lesser men would have been done. He's got a tough guy in front of him. He will have to go back to this. Again, he will have to get back to this action if he wants to get the desired finish.
All right, now we get to our second round, DC. Jose Aldo, TJ Dillashaw.
Nice leg kick.
Nice punch by Dillashaw. Ooh. Oh, he got that inside leg kick to the target there, DC. You don't want to eat too many of those.
No, you can't. It starts to beat up the inside thigh. That is a technique you use to really slow down your opponent.
Well, he has landed some good shots, DC, but really unable to string anything together in terms of solid combinations.
It's because he's not committing to it fully. He throws his jab. He may float a right hand out there, but he's not really sitting down on the right hand. He really doesn't seem to have the intent on landing it. He's got to be confident that it's going to land, and he's got to really throw his whole entire body into those strikes.
38 total strikes and counting have now landed for the King of Rio, Jose Aldo. And the accuracy rate, 36% for him against TJ Dillashaw.
Big kick lands.
Just misses there with the left. Oh, he's got that right hand going tonight, DC. Connected with it there.
He's throwing so many left jabs. To throw that right punch straight down the pipe, it's unreal.
Well, confidence is high. I repeat, confidence is high.
Oh, John, that was so... he might have got another choke. Oh, wow,
A lot of top pressure being applied here.
Oh, right to the mount.
All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long. Well, he's got his back now. All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position off the bottom.
Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here. Dillashaw's got the full mount.
Now the guy's got armbar. He's attacking it on him. He's gonna attack armbar here. You gotta recognize that when a guy starts to put his feet on your hips, you gotta move him off, and you gotta cover. You can't be off to an angle. Now he falls back into the finishing position.
Oh, that was a violent tap there, so he submits him with the
steps ahead of the competition. Where you're playing checkers, he's playing chess in the ground fighting. And it showed tonight in this big submission victory.
All right, so a wild round and a wild sequence there on the ground. DC, talk us through the highlight.
He's such a phenomenal grappler. I don't understand how people don't know that this guy wants to submit you. He is the best grappler, best submission specialist we've seen in a long time.
So there he is, your winner by submission tonight, and that is how you put the rest of the division on notice. A huge result for him here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Yves Leving has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 58 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by tap out, TJ Dillashaw!
All right, so there he is, all smiles, and rightfully so after he gets the job done by submission tonight. You told me off the air before the fight that he was going to submit him, and that's exactly what happened, man.
I mean, you know, this guy has such a great submission game that you cannot lay in his guard. And his opponent is known to lay in the guard. He made him pay for it tonight and got the submission victory.
Coming up next, it's a UFC Women's Flyweight Division matchup.
Well, she's one of the more well-rounded fighters, DC, that we have in this division. A true mixed martial artist. Her first martial art was MMA. That certainly helps.
Yes, she's a new breed of fighter. A fighter that, as a young girl, she was brought into a gym. And in that gym, she told the coaches, I don't want to wrestle. I don't want to do jiu-jitsu. I don't want to kickbox and box. I want to do it all.
Right.
Is there an MMA class for my daughter to take part in? She did that from day one, and you see all that development over the course of a lifetime has led her to the octagon, where she is already making her impact.
Yeah, she said, I didn't want to get to the UFC until I was 100% comfortable in every situation. So far, so good for her. She's got a big one in front of her here tonight. All right, so here's Jessica Andrade, her 11 UFC wins, the most of any woman in UFC history, and of course the biggest among them, that slam knockout of Rose Namajunas to wrest the belt away back in 2019.
Her nickname is the Pile Driver, and that's exactly what she did against Rose Namajunas. From being behind in a fight, but just staying the course. It's always about her pressuring her opponents and getting her hands on her. When she knocked out Karolina Kowalkiewicz, you understood that you were watching something different, because you don't see one-punch knockouts at 115 pounds in boxing for men or in the UFC for women. Jessica Andrade possesses that type of power, and she has a laundry list of some of the biggest names this division has ever seen on her resume.
Yeah, she's the total package, as classy as it gets, and she will try to leave this arena the way she came in, as the best strawweight in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC Flyweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This woman is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 16 wins, 4 losses. She stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Caitlin Blood Fighter Chookagian. And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner. A Muay Thai kickboxer holding a professional record of 22 wins, 9 losses. She stands 5 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Jessica Andrade. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Mergliata.
Dan Mergliata, your referee.
Are you ready?
All right, fight clock is moving. We are now underway. Going to be interesting to see how this fight stylistically plays out between a true striker against a road.
This is a big-time fight field. People have been training for this matchup for a really long time. They wanted to see how the striker would handle someone that would try to force them into uncomfortable situations. Let's see how this thing plays out.
Well, she's able to connect on the punch there, DC, really making good use of her reach advantage. Man, her striking looks clean tonight, timing on point.
Her timing's on point, her accuracy's on point. She's very busy. She's in a good flow.
So again, they will clinch here.
Look at how she drives her knees right into her opponent's midsection. Nice kick. Oh, nice right hand, John. Nice leg kick.
Oh, just out of range with that right hand. Stuffs the takedown shot there. How good is her takedown, D?
Nice head kick. That's a big strike right there.
Oh, massive leg kick. How many more can she take? Now goes in and secures the takedown. And they both stand up.
It's in there deep. There you go. Great timing on that takedown.
And there it is.
Forward. Oh, my goodness. What a fight.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That is some opportunistic grappling right there, and nice finishing instincts as well. You see a lot of fighters get the dominant position, but aren't necessarily able to lock up the choke or force the tap. No problem with her as she gets one of the bigger wins of her UFC career. All right, so there's the end of the round, and in terms of offensive wrestling execution, she had it all going there.
Yeah, she had it all working. She did everything she wanted to do. She was racing to position. Once she got to her leg, she didn't pause. She didn't stop. She went right to the finishes that she needed in order to get the fight to the ground. I mean, that was a great display of offensive wrestling.
So that win by submission figures to silence any remaining doubters, and that certainly puts the rest of the division on notice. Huge result for her here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliana has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 58 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by tap out, Jessica Batista.
Well, how about this young woman as the celebration is on? She sat down in our fighter meeting and she told us, to a man, to a woman, I'm going to submit her at some point in this fight, and that's exactly how she gets it done.
That's exactly how she got it done. She knew where the fight needed to be. And the moment she got a chance, the moment she got the submission locked in, she latched on that thing like you wouldn't believe it. Because
all right, coming up next, it's a featherweight matchup between Brian T-City Ortega and Edson Barboza. Well, if Edson Barboza is a little bit underappreciated right now, he will not be at career's end. This is truly one of the elite strikers that this division or any division in UFC history has ever seen, and he'll look to add another highlight to the reel here tonight, champ.
he's got a highlight reel a mile long. A guy that has finished multiple fights with leg kicks, spinning back kicks. He just brutalizes opponents. You watch guys just melt in front of Edson Barboza from the damage and the intensity of which he fights with. To me, it's the kicking game of Edson Barboza that stands out above everything else. He does have great boxing, but the body kicks with no wind-up on the left side and the leg kick on the right side is just truly something to behold.
And now training full-time out of South Florida, Edson Jr. Barboza, back in the octagon here tonight. Well, if you hear the ladies shrieking, that's because T-City is making his way to the octagon, the former title challenger, Brian Ortega. And a lot of people, DC, do believe for this jiu-jitsu practitioner, his ceiling is championship, and eventually he'll get it.
Yes, the ladies go crazy for T-City. Even his video game character is the best-looking guy out here. Brian Ortega is a jiu-jitsu guy, but as you saw in the Frankie Edgar fight, he has now developed striking to match. That was a massive uppercut that floored a guy that had never been finished before. So as long as he continues to improve, John, he will realize a UFC championship before it's all said and done.
All class outside the octagon with his Brian Ortega foundation, but T-City has got his eyes fixed on the prize. Title eliminator of sorts here tonight. Our tail of the tape now for this featherweight fight. The American is 29. The Brazilian is 34. He is 3 inches taller. He will have a 6-inch reach advantage. All right, now for the official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a kickboxer holding a professional record of 22 wins, 10 losses. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Edson Jr. Barbosa! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, holding a professional record of 15 wins, 2 losses, and 1 no contest. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California, Brian T-City Ortega! And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Herb Dean.
Herb Dean, third man in the octagon for this one.
Ready.
All right, crowd getting excited as this fight gets underway, and you hate to call any fighter on this UFC roster a specialist, but on one side, you have a definite striker taking on a true 5-tool player.
And you see a guy in the striker who knows exactly who he is. He knows where the fight needs to be. He knows what he has to do in order to be successful. Let's see if he can keep his opponent off.
Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by this gentleman.
All right, early round 1, we'll see if he can use that jab and try to keep his opponent on the outside. Must be nice for these long fighters, huh?
I mean, they are able to touch you as you try to enter into range. Tonight, he needs to use his jab, use his kicks to hit his opponent before his opponent can get into range to even start thinking about striking. Beautiful strike.
Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense?
You gotta check these low leg kicks.
Nice 1-2 combination there. Oh, misses with the jab. Well, it's one thing to have length, it's another thing to use it, and he does it as well as anyone. Nice kick there by Barbosa. Back to the jab now, no good. T-City gets hit by that leg kick. You may want to start checking some of these. So just over 20 total strikes have now landed for Edson Barbosa. Much improved defensively as he blocks the shot. And there comes the separation now.
Left hand punches the clinch. One of the most important strikes in the clinch is this big body shot.
Oh, the kickboxing chops on full display with that offering. Nicely done.
Beautiful kick landed by this man.
Back and forth we go here. That is how you scramble, folks.
Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this?
Well, he's doing a nice job here blocking these shots. The chin is tucked, the hands are high. Pretty good job defensively thus far.
Great job defensively. He's seeing everything coming.
Oh, single collar tie here. Oh, how about it? Huge kick landed. Oh!
Big leg kick lands.
Both guys landing with conviction now. "15 seconds to go." Oh! Horn sounds for the end of round 1. All right, A lot of high-level highlights from that last round, DC. Take us through the replay.
If he fought like this, I would be comfortable entering him into a K1 level kickboxing competition. He's that good at finding and landing those kicks at will. He needs to continue to do this as the fight goes on.
All right, so after he landed a high number of kicks in the previous round, we'll see if he can keep it going here as our next round gets underway.
He should stay the course. He's so educated with his legs and his feet that he's given his opponent a very difficult time trying to anticipate what's coming his way.
Well-placed kick there by T-City, Brian Ortega. Barboza's lower jaw now starting to show signs of swelling. Oh, he lands a huge knee to the body. That's a crippling shot there. And now he lands a combination. Oh, big left hand. We'll see if he can follow it up. Kick home, and now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Such a sneaky head kick. He did not recognize it was coming high, and now he's got him hurt bad.
Close guard. Well, pretty good work off of the bottom here by Edson Barboza. All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hit.
He's going to start trying to move to a submission here. It looks like he's trying to attack the arm triangle. Watch triangle, watch triangle. There he is. He's moving to the finishing position. Now watch, he goes parallel right next to his opponent. When it's time to finish.
Getting tighter. Side control now, and certainly I would think more offensive options for the bottom fighter than in the half guard.
Absolutely more offensive options, because now you can just start to get away. You can just go to a wrestler stand-up. Get to your knees, post your hands, don't allow him to get his hooks in, right? Really be aware of the hooks. But get to your hands, stand up, fight the hands, break away and escape. But it's so much more free-flowing than the half guard in the side control, because all you need to do is just get the opponent's body up, because his legs are just free to move. His legs are not controlling anything. His legs are just free, so you have more freedom to use yours.
Oh, really making good use of his reach advantage as he lands the straight punch there. So we call on the fight stats here, DC. 62 total strikes are now landed for Edson Jr. Barboza. And DC pretty accurate as well, landing at a 54% connection rate thus far against Brian Ortega. Man, as he landed a high volume of strikes here in round two, definitely picking up the pace after round one. So he got the message from the corner, and potentially a critical takedown here. All right, has the guard closed here. All right, so inside the open guard of his opponent. You gotta be careful playing around for too long here on the ground with this guy.
Right now, it looks like he may be trying to set up an arm triangle choke. He needs to secure the left arm, push it across, and secure it with his head. Watch triangle, watch triangle. He's going to push the arm to the side, get his head against the mat. Now watch as he goes.
Oh, and there's the horn at the end of the round. How about this fight, folks? You see, he was nearly caught in a submission there right at the end of the round. Saved by the bell. So back to the stool. Mentally probably not in a great place here. We'll see if he can recover and get himself back into this fight. All right, next round is now underway. I thought there was pretty good back and forth action in the previous frame.
Yes, it wasn't a firefight. It wasn't two guys throwing the kitchen sink at each other. But you did see times where they came together and you saw the skill level of these two fighters.
Try to establish that jab. Well, most fighters can't keep up this type of aggression and pace, but you don't have to worry about this guy. He hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down tonight. Oh! Big shots exchanged in the pocket there.
Nice leg kick land. Big head kick.
He's got a serious right punch, and he went to it effectively there.
Oh! What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish his fight.
Well, he continues to do a nice job here defensively, protecting the head and sort of maybe letting his opponent gas out a little bit with all the volume.
His opponent sees the target, but he can't get to the...
And there, his opponent could be out of here soon, DC.
He's almost done. I mean, when you get hit with a shot like that, you don't know whether to run, hide, grab, or wrestle. He's confused. He was on his first test in elementary school.
Well, more often than not, when he has struck, he has landed 86 total strikes have now landed for Edson Barboza. And landing with 55% accuracy against Brian Ortega. An elbow! And he comes through with a big knee. Under 2 minutes now to go in the fight. Oh!
You don't really stand after you take a head kick like this. That is such toughness to even be on his feet right now.
Trying to stay in this fight. Oh, the master of the transition. Nice scramble. Oh, straight right. Under a minute now to go in the fight. Oh, he's landed a high number of total strikes here in the latter stages of this fight. He's really picked up the pace and landing far more strikes than he did in previous rounds. Takedown defense holds up. Oh! He's out! Yeah, that was just a gorgeous shot to end the fight right there. I'm not even sure the opponent really saw it coming, so back to the drawing board for him. But for the winner, this is certainly exactly what he was looking for here tonight. Well, he's going to enjoy watching this one back. Let's take a look at the replay of the knockout just a moment ago.
It was right hand after right hand after right hand. Finally, he found the one that hit the exact sweet spot that ended his opponent's night.
Well, hard to perform much better than he did tonight. A huge knockout under the lights. They'll be talking about that one for some time.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Gaines called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 29 seconds of round number 3. Declaring the winner by knockout, Edson Jr. Barboza.
Well, there will be no shutting that smile off tonight. The celebration is on as he gets a huge win by knockout tonight. I got to think there are a few better feelings in the world than walking into an octagon and candidly knocking another man out cold.
Yeah, you shut a person's lights off, man. There's nothing like it. Now, I understand a lot of times we hope for the knockout, but he was never hopeful. He was sure that he would get it done, and he did exactly that. Congrats.